Alright, welcome back. We're still in difficulty level 9, which is the hardest one in the beta. Let's see what we have for today. Yeah, my name is Mr. Bacanudo. I like playing with some Skul. I am a mediocre player, I don't play very well, but let's see how this goes. I'm planning today to try this. Just trying to see if we get Oberon or not. If we don't, it's fine, but let's use some of our rerolls, and because Spirit Death is so little damage, we need some safety. And let's see some magic skulls that can go well with it. This here, I don't like the mage because the swap doesn't do anything. So let's see the thief. Back roll is a way of evading attacks. King Leader is actually also good because he cleans rooms and you don't need to stay there standing. We start always with treasure rooms over gold because you have 3 choices of items instead of having to then reroll on shops and try to buy them. Of course, we have lower chance of rarity at this point, but even common items, since we don't have the art treasure item or the magic damage, they are still good. See what I say about King Leader, you just put it there and see it destroy everything, because it does have AoE. But since the common Gravedigger doesn't put so many skulls, you want to swap into it whenever you can. So for instance, I can come here, swap, I have now 2, and I can put it here and just stay safe behind them. One chest. Physical attack, thank goodness, we're not taking that. And these are mediocre things, but we can grab this for magic attack or this for further heirloom later on, because as I showed you, it is very good. These 2 are good, but this one is generic. This one is poisoning, which we are not doing. Let's save this just so our spirits do a bit more damage right now. I forgot to swap out the That's why I don't like playing Gravedigger here. I would rather swap into the Thief because the aerial attack is better and you can evade easier these attacks. Halfling Girl, don't underestimate her desertedly, because sometimes you do take a lot of damage. But since we have not, we will not talk to her, so she can show up later and save us. And oh yeah. Huh. Oh, I thought I had a Mirage, but it's actually the plate armor from the enemy. Don't worry about it. So yeah, the back row does deal a little damage. Oh no, I think it is time for Halfling Girl. I was celebrating too early. The elite kicked at our butts, so let's heal a bit, take the gold, the bar can stay there, and see if we can find a good path for our build here, like skull wise. Yeah, we are trying not to lose the first life this early, but if we do, don't worry about it. It is possible to win a game even if you lose a life in the first act, but it would be better if we could at least prevent this before the shop. So oh no. This big ant is a big problem. This doesn't deal any damage, so we're safe for now. Charge. Shout out to the last run, but not this run now. What we are trying to do. We didn't get any healing, so we cannot talk to this guy. If we don't talk to him, he will show up later. So maybe when we have more HP. The plan here is always heal and go to our reroll machine. Since we are trying to do some Oberon run, we can try to see. Oh, thank you. Also, now we can grab another heirloom just to grab a mirage, which I will do because I'm scared, and see what we find here. Only 5. It was not worth it. But yeah, it's a good start. We could actually just go here. We don't have enough gold. We will need to sell maybe this, and we can grab another third fairy tale. But since we only have 1 spirit, it won't change much. But if we do get like 3 spirits, the blessing in 1 fairy tale here, we will have Oberon, and we will save us. So I actually going to do something here, and I could also invest in Fortress because it is 10 HP every minute, which, as you can see, we can take a lot of damage trying to force Oberon around. Let me see if we can afford the reroll first. We can technically try, so let's see. This is so good. Might be better than a second fairy tale. I'm not going to try this. Just we don't have a first treasure, so the second one wouldn't be so much advantageous, but it is a good alternative to just pay for the insignia, because it will pay off soon enough. The back row just deals a bit of damage, but this early in the game, every bit of damage that you can put is good enough. The adventure fight, we did take a couple of hits, but it just, if you take slower, you can actually perfect this fight, and pay attention because this explodes. I say that as I take damage. Hopefully the mic now is better, because last video ended up being a bit too low. After that I actually got a win, but the mic was too noisy and trying to find a balance. Skeleton sword is good. Is not our build, but also recycling it to destroy to get enough. We won't have enough to upgrade both thoughts. And Light Weasel is just good because our dashes now deal damage and we move further. With a single dash, it's not essentially very good, but with 2 dashes with our thief, we can dash through enemies and just see them take damage. That is, if we stay with our thief. course, like Weasel by itself, the Quintessence has very good room cleaning effects, so yeah. Didn't play safe here. I made a mistake, so try not to lose the life, and just move on. Again, swap abilities, use them, they deal damage. So you're basically having extra skills to work your way through Act 1. Good. And we repeat the same here, right? We heal, as long as it's not negative. And we only have one item here, so we reroll until we see something that we really want. Okay, this is safety. If we can use this to save our reassembly effect, very good. And it's a legendary, we can also sell it for more gold later. We have a 587, so we cannot buy anything unless we recycle something. I don't feel like this is correct, so we'll just keep going. Succubus would also be a very good Quintessence because it does have a AoE and it protects us for a while against bigger enemies. But well, since we're here, but yeah, this is a special room, which means we will not get our extra quartz here. So we are limited to 5, not 6, on level 9. We would be at 6 instead. Yeah, this year, oops, you can see in the map, the first machine is here. So we can follow this guy, hide in the box, exit, and stay here until this one goes back and forth. When they come back, you can see in the map the next one. They are getting attention because they are being hit by the spirit, but they will only do anything if they see us. So just don't show up in front of the flashlight and you're fine. This year, you can go for the treasure. I'm not that greedy. Between Succubus and Light Weasel is way better for room clearing, and the extra dash damage is good, but we are going to a boss fight and Succubus is more useful there. Oh, I was wrong. We will have the 6 necessary quartz for my build, so good. I prefer that build that I showed you with the usual Kingslayer and and the extra life. Even though now we have the extra life from Voodoo Doll, even more, even better. Okay, no. 2 artifact, 2 revenge. Revenge actually does help you a bit to heal a bit, to not die, especially since we are dealing passive damage with our spirits and our summons from the Gravedigger. And the artifact is just 45 damage, right? 45%. We're currently at 280 magic attack, which is very good for Act 1. Let me say that. To see how Succubus can clear a room. Yeah, just because it's a magic skull dealing physical attack and we don't have extra physical attack, it doesn't mean that it doesn't hit hard. So if you are safe for that, you can use your physical attack even in a skill heavy skull. Okay, going for Yggdrasil fight. The end fight is okay to do, though our Gravedigger summon is not good for this unless you summon on top of it, because in the bottom it will do nothing. For the first phase, we do have this here, so we can summon here. But for the second phase, we lose these platforms, so we will not do damage, so Thief and our Lone Death are going to try to do it themselves. Yeah, like here, we can try to do something. Because they do a lot of damage, but I don't know. I'm invincible for just for a couple of seconds, but it is good enough. And if we continue with Thief, we will upgrade back row, which makes us actually invincible for a few more seconds. So it's like we can alternate between this skill and the quintessence, and just be invincible for a long time. There could be an argument to keep the basic skull, just so we don't have to go through school rooms and see more, go to see more spirits, but level hard is hard enough that I appreciate the swap alternatives that are not skulls, because skull swappability is very bad. It's not very bad damage wise. It does do a lot of damage, but it stays still for a long time and you cannot cancel it, so you will get hit. These items, they don't help us. This item is unique, so if we sell it, we go for the highest gold, or we can sell quintessence and gain more base HP, which I'm going to do because I like playing safe. consistency here of my wins are just like the build, right? Super baby, reckless posture, less resistance, and we only have 1 point, so I will keep Kingslayer. But depending on the build, since this is possibly dealing, oh, I almost clicked something. You can use this to increase the skill damage or increase the damage from an item. So if we get Oberon, this will be very good. But for now, this is a very generic good item that will deal damage and fits our budget of 6 dark quartz. We still don't have enough to upgrade our team, so let's just keep going. Quintessence. Summon and run, because it is a valid strategy. And just like that, is dead, and we didn't take much damage from it. Yeah, the first challenge of this game is surviving Act 1, and we did with 3 extra lives because now we have this, this, and this. So we're in a good position for the rest of the game. Let's see if we can get this Oberon going. We do have Blessing, which is maybe the most important piece, even though it's not mandatory. And Mummy, Breath is not a good skill for us, so let's just keep accumulating some. Yeah, for a round I started with taking Halfling Girl on the second room. It's going fairly well. Just the ninja doesn't fit our build, of course, but we found another fairy tale item, which is good. I will reroll here, and because we got a skull, this skull here. We can get legendaries here, but we usually get just commons. I usually get the shit boy here. Oh no. I can do two Gravedigger run. This is a glitch. This will not be outside the beta, but come on, it's too fun not to do it, right? 2 Gravediggers and a few fairies. So I will swap this here before we grab the Gravedigger, because we cannot recoup the head from the top of the headless. But this here is a new unique, so we will sell it for 23 skulls, which allows us to upgrade this Gravedigger to rare and one of them to unique. So we will have 3 summon abilities. We still have enough to reroll once, which we'll do, and we do not have another fairy tale item. We can force here fairy tale, because if we find another fairy, another spirit, we will have Oberon. I will do this and just keep going. And the alternative would be buying this and see if we can find another anything really. Now that we have doubled the amount of graves, we can just swap them to use the previous. This is going to be fun. I wish this was an actual mechanic, because 2 of the same character just sounds too fun. Could you imagine like 2 Reapers or something? Just generically good item for now, and keep going. Yeah, we couldn't start with treasures which, as I told you on my guide, it is a good start, but as you can see, it's not mandatory. It's just good utility, but right now our utility is trying not to die. So, which is also a good way of winning a run, because if you're not dead, you have a chance of winning. We are at full HP at least, so we're going well. We're doing well. Yeah, we cannot grab these health orbs because we are healed. It's a good mechanic, and keep going. We are doing 2 grave diggers, and so everything now is going to be recycled, no matter how good it is. I don't like Hamlet. The damage is like low range and low, so Macbeth would be better. But I'm a King Lear plus Othello guy, so I will upgrade the other Skul first, in case we do get the combo. But we should have enough to see. If we are lucky, we will have 2 unique skulls by the end of this fight. Huh. You cannot use the graves from the other skull, maybe? I was attempting to fail. I don't know if they can track this in the code, because this is, of course, not very desirable and expected behavior from the game, but let's keep using our hacks just to cheat a win. Just kidding. It's an okay win. It's not. If we wanted to cheat, there would probably be a better way than to have Act 4 Oberon with 2 common skulls being upgraded from the start. Anyway, they're dead, and this is good, and it combos with our Relicam and a Cycle combo combination here. Maybe we do have 2 forgers now, so it could be okay to keep this. I do like the heirloom though. I will buy the second heirloom back at the shop, but right now we don't need that. No extra items. 66. We can upgrade now. We can have 2 uncommon grave diggers. I think it's Undertaker now. Is it? Soulbearer. It was Undertaker at level 2. But yeah, 2 unique skulls at the middle of Act 1 is the power of just being able to buy more skulls and getting the extra fragments from the chests, which is a bonus that you get first on level 9. But yeah, and the swap now deals damage, so now you can swap, do this, and just wreak havoc. The run is going to be fun, with the Oberon or not, but it might be a Oberon, double grave digger, a lot of graves, a lot of damage. I don't even know our abilities. Hamlet and King Lear and Othello. King Lear and Othello is my favorite combo, and but because Othello, you can see here, it's dealing damage to the top layer, not just on the bottom. So we can summon Othello here, let's say. Let's swap when we can, just to... did this swap? No. No. That's interesting. Here, Othello. And Othello deals damage there, so if you want to cheese a bit or play a bit safe, if an enemy like it's is between these traps that deal damage to you, you are safe here. And yeah, oh, we have Oberon before the shop, nice. Now we have to remove the fortress. Sorry about the 2 fortress, but we don't need this anymore. We have a lot of damage, we have a lot of life. And yeah, we can also get this here. We can get 2 wisdom, which would amplify this because we do not have the second one. So here you decide, do you want 2 heirlooms, which would give you the Mirage, which saves you some damage, or you can grab more wisdom, and like, if you're doing more damage, you will survive, right? If you kill things faster, they will deal less damage to you. So I'm going to go wisdom, because amplification, it's 20% more over what we had, so 458% magic attack. In Act 2, we are doing very well. Of course, this is lucky. I could grab another wisdom here to make us regret changing this first. But yeah, this year we cannot get this Carleon staff, so we can get this as some uncommon, more rare or unique items here, so we will try. I thought that we couldn't get 2 Carleon staff. I guess we can, but it doesn't fit our build. So, there's no duplicate protection at all in this shop. Do we need to fix this? But right now we're fine. Just move on. As I told you earlier in the game, if you don't talk to to any NPC, they will show again, even the reroll NPCs or the slime. So if you want the slime later and it's too early and you don't want the duplicates, you can just not talk to them. But when you talk to them, now they will not show again. So you can talk to them and not say yes if you cannot afford it, but since we can, just Oberon doing its job, its work here. Yeah. Now we just press buttons, run away, and see things explode. My favorite way of playing Skul Hero Slayer. I don't know if Othello can reach that far, but Oberon can. Yeah. At some point comes to the question: if we see this air, the Omen Spirit, will it take it? Are we strong enough with 4 extra revives that we can, 3 extra revives that we can maybe try to take double damage? Remember, the Gravedigger is a power skull, so it has reduced damage taken by default. So our HP bar is already bigger than you would think. Yeah, you can summon Othello here, and we'll deal damage downstairs. You can see, and of course there's Oberon just crushing. Yeah. Coming to the sisters fight, there's no strategy here like that changes anything. We just press buttons, run away to try to dodge. And since they are both power skulls, the dodging of some attacks is going to be different, because you cannot dodge out and in. You need to walk out and dodge in, and we'll try to do that when they show up. I should shut up and focus a bit and use our quintessence. So as long as she has the hearts on her, she will not deal damage to us. You see, here you I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't even looking at the life bar. It was too fast, which is great. Okay, that was a quick fight. It was easy. We took some damage, but it doesn't matter. We do have a lot of life and a lot of lives, so just keep going. And this could give us. We don't have a second mutant, so it's not worth it. And this kind of build, it is hard. This is a great room clearing quintessence, but it is physical, and we are not doing physical damage. So we'll just sell one of these uniques for 15 HP, which amplified by Super Baby 45%, it's going to be 22 HP, which is a lot that you just get for free. If we need anything or feel like doing this is important, you can invest now, but I just want to legendary Grave Diggers as soon as you can. Oh yeah, these missiles deal a lot of damage, pay attention to them. But yeah, with so much stuff on screen, it is hard to see what's going on, but right now we are not at risk of dying, so just call Othello so it tracks to the succubus so you don't take damage. Yeah, this is a sin item, so we could have gotten a physical thing to try to squeeze it in, but it's not worth it. We just get the unique recycling, destroy and grab the gold, and we're good. Okay, it's all dead here. It's almost all dead downstairs as well. Okay, please. Oh, it's not. But yeah, this item, even though we are not balanced skulls, so we are not affected by the cooldown speed, it has artifact and wisdom, so we can replace our basic staff, and we can replace this artifact item with something better. Even though we get hit a lot, it's not that valuable. This year is not worth it buying, at least right now. Gunpowder sword, we don't need it. Dizziness, we don't have a fairy tale item with dizziness, so I just reroll a bit to see if we find drugs. Always take them. this might be too late for this build, even though the second heirloom would be good. We would kill Chimera and Joanne, so it would be only 60% increase. We can do better. Okay, Warrior's Pauldron is the first like must take defensive item, but since we are taking 4 slots for Oberon, it gets hard to justify putting these. But since we have this free slot now, I will take this. And now we have 2 Fortress as well, because Gnome also gives you, so we get a bit more protection. Selling this, we don't have enough to grab this Skul, so time to move on. Yeah, just jump and dodge and dash so you can dodge the crystals. Oberon is doing some serious damage. How much is it? Only for 16 basic magic attack. It isn't. It is like it shows you that you don't need like 1000% damage to deal some good okay damage. You just need to be high enough so you don't take a lot of time. And yeah. Well, you can see the life bar going down for the elites downstairs because there are traps there. If we go down there, we will take them because there are 2 enemies show, 2 of those big robots. So if you are patient, you can just stay here and watch the bar go down. But it's taking a while now. You can see now when it hits, it goes down, it takes damage. But are we even worried about taking damage here? Apparently yes. Oh yeah, and as we upgrade the King Lear, we can actually call King Lear on top, and the balls will go down and just drop. Beware of the big missile because it will deal a lot of damage. So you can evade it, and wait for explode, or dash into it, and it will explode without it dealing any damage, which is easier. Yeah, let's kill the enemy downstairs. Oh, it's done. Okay. Yeah, took a bit of damage for showing some stuff instead of being patient, or forgetting to just summon King Lear. And yeah, yeah, this golem is a bit annoying to deal with, but is that can't hurt you anymore unless you go close to the explosion. The state of reflecting any projectile of the Transcendent is like, it is dangerous, but I don't think the reflection hits you, it's just like deflected, it's not converted into projectiles that hurt you, so it is fine. Some Othello's here, so you can deal damage in different floors. Yeah, and just and the slimes, you just don't get into the puddles when they explode and you're safe. So yeah, here we can just wait for a while to see succubus come in and the skills fill, but again, it's not necessary unless you're in some danger. I don't think we can use the graves from the other gravedigger to summon our own, but it's fine, because every time we swap we get our new ones and deal damage on the floor, so you can see like the adventure is just taking a lot of damage. And of course we have Oberon just to rub it in, right? Everything is dealing damage, we don't even know what's going on anymore. Just need something like maybe what, the Raven Lord. Oh, this is so good. We don't need this. This would be great if we kept Little Skul or maybe the thief, but yeah, just loot everything. Grab the healing. We have enough to Light Wisdom is back. This is very good. It's Heirloom and Wisdom, so and it can, because it's a mage's item, you could have dropped from the mage, by the way. And but we cannot fit it into this thing unless we remove like Prayer of Grace or Priestess's Veil, which we will do at some point. But we don't need 4 Wisdom. It is too much damage, I would say, even though the Heirloom is nice. I'll just keep recycling these so we can grab our 2 legendary. We will upgrade this one because of Othello. I like Othello better. And a legendary, when you hit multiple graves, you will summon multiple Othellos at the same time, and it will be very powerful. I will swap out and wait for a while, and yeah. When we swap in, we will just summon Othellos here on top. You can see 2 Othellos, and downstairs they're just dead. If you're having problems, Gravedigger is actually a good way of playing the game, as I won some runs with him already. Because of that, because you can just summon and not be worried and just try to evade him instead of attacks like this big missile or this big explosion. And of course, just as being as a power skull and having damage reduction included, already good enough. Instead, we did take a bit of damage. I wasn't paying attention, but yeah. We do have 2 relic, so the HP missing, we will heal 10% of it right now. Okay, almost done. Raven's Monarch Feather. It is a very good item, and now we have to ask, can you fit it in? these two items, I don't like them on the long term. Actually, Voodoo Doll is here only for the 40 extra HP, which, I'll be honest with you, I just rather do this. We are replacing. Okay. This, again, as I told you before, is one of the must-have items to survive late game. Remember, we have right now 63% damage taking less, maybe because of the Priestess's Veil it's stacking, but it will be 0.75 maybe. And plus this, we go even less when we take damage, if we take damage. And but it is important to fit these. I will remove the mana cycle. We already have a lot of takes of the. That's why you don't. Okay. Well, would you like 3? Okay, it's a common, so we will replace here, so we can grab the more fragments. But yeah, you should not destroy your item here, otherwise when you reroll, it will show up again. It has no kind of protection here. This here will be interesting. Bone mana. 2 bone is okay, but with, the effect is like, it's just okay. We don't have balanced skulls. So what we want here in this build, we want to replace the Priestess's Veil now because we lost both of the descriptions. And Ritual Staff, we don't even have 2 artifact anymore. We can replace this with a good damage item, but or someone here, like ideally would be Spirit Lu, because it is 2 wisdom, which would allow us to replace this with some good artifact or just some raw damage. And also Lu would upgrade Death to Shade. So let's move on and see how this goes. Here we don't have double dash, so we need to get into here, and like you can see in the map, the Transcendent is already here, but the other slimes are not. So you can cheese out and just provoke the Transcendent without falling in. You get the Transcendent into this teleported, and you don't have to fight slimes with this trap. So if you are having problems with this room in hard mode, you could do this. But since we do not have double dash to do this, let's just get in and okay, problems with what again? It's dead, and we took 3 damage. But since we didn't come here, the alchemist did summon the golem, which is also already dead because, of course, it is. Yeah. Thank you, Ron. We were talking about 2 wisdom and Lu. Now we have Lu and Shade, which are 2 legendary items. So if we get the Pot of Greed, we have 4 legendaries only in items already, which would be great damage here to replace Staff. Even because we do have now 3 wisdom, we can get rid of this one. But let's go. What a blessed run. I tried a couple of overruns already, but I didn't get lucky that much. I actually did get one where I got Lu and Shade in the first shot. I was trying with Little Skull and got cocky a bit and like just tried to force a run with 0 defensive items, and even with 3 lives I died to the hero because I was playing recklessly, thinking it was a one run, and it wasn't. So beware of that. That's why I'm taking Knight's Determination and Warrior's Pauldrons. We are invisible for a while. From the front, we have Fortress and we have damage reduction. It is all the defensive items we're going to take because Oberon runs are hard to fit in. Though now that we have 6 fairy tale, we can actually replace one of those fairy tales with an inscription in the shop, which will help us. Just wait until everything explodes and keep moving. We are close. If we get a unique skull here, we will get the second legendary after the Chimera fight. If we don't, it's fine as well. Beware of the boats in the desert. They do have some. It wasn't unique, so we're just short of getting our full build, but we're fine. As told you in the previous video, we will go through more skull rooms just because we want the altar bonuses. So, and in Act 4 we will see a lot of legendary and unique skulls, unless we are very unlucky. But the rarity is skewed towards giving us more good skulls, which will give us a lot more fragments and we can invest. And our build is mostly done anyway. Like, you can be like overconfident and try to get the omen skull, the omen spirit, but it's hard to find anyway. And one dash with power skulls is also enough to evade this attack. You don't need to go back here. And okay, Slayer does a job, and let's see our rewards. Archdemon is good. He cleans rooms, and it's more stuff on screen that we cannot see. I'm just going to take it because of that. It is not great against the hero, so we actually would prefer to stay with Succubus, and recycling this for more HP would be better, but more stuff is on screen. I don't want to see anything. Let's try to tempt YouTube to compress this video. So yeah, our build is complete, the classic build that I like. You can remove Kingslayer and try something different here. The inverse of this would be good, but this here is okay, because we are dealing so much damage with the same skill, or with different skills, but this doesn't amplify Oberon, and this here amplifies Oberon but doesn't amplify our skills. So like, you can try other items that do deal more damage, but this here possibly might be good because it deals a lot of magic damage. But I just want to keep my tried and true method. It works fine. I don't think we need to go high on HP right now, but we will invest on the middle altar as much as we can by the end of the run, because getting to the hero with 500 HP is a better way of surviving. And yeah, treasure gold room is the worst for me, because we are trying to get skulls and maybe some good legendary items to replace our with wizard staff, but mage staff. ritual staff. But yeah, we want to replace that with something better maybe. We also want to replace the fairy tale inscription, but because 6 inscriptions don't mean anything for a build. Treasure, like chest over gold, even though gold rooms do give us more gold now, it's not necessary. If you saw the gold effect from my skull as we entered here, it was just destroying those bars that we left on the floor, so we don't have to pick them individually. Raven's Monarch Feather is okay, but it will be better if we get a second mutant. So I do think we will grab another mutant at this shop, and yeah, since we're going to a shop, we will have enough time to just cool down this. Like Demonomicon is good, Antique is fine, Artifact is fine, but it 50%, 55%, so it is technically better than the Ritual Staff, and it will be the only thing that we will take here. Let's take for now, but we will still want to replace it. Since we already have 5 Fairy Tail here, we're going to start by taking the second mutant. We can grab another Antique here, but since we got rid of our Wisdom Staff, we need the second Wisdom for amplification. This here, both alternating is just swap. I believe they use 2 different translators for the beta and the main game, so we do have these inconsistencies, but like 10% faster swap, we want that because we want more swap here. Ritual Staff is back, we don't want that. We cannot afford swapping here, like restocking and buying another thing, so we will just grab Banshee, recycle Banshee, so we get about 22 HP and move on. Remember, Archdemon doesn't deal damage in the middle, where it is here, in this area. So we want to use the left and right of it to deal damage instead, if we can. But yeah, I like when these statues get the effect, but because they're very easy to dodge, even though we cannot see anything going on screen. But it's just too fun to pass. Okay, we only have 555 gold, so trying to move this from something else might be bad for us, because Hamlet is bad, but grabbing Hamlet and something worse than King Lear would be worse. So we were just going to release, but instead of saying yes, we say no, or just press cancel, which is the same as no. So the NPC will not show up later, which means we have better chance that the next NPC is the slime, and like grabbing another Lou or another blessing is just like showing off at this point with our build. But it's like our build is complete, has been complete for a while really, but just want to destroy the hero, because the hero is still a hard fight. It's not going to be easy no matter how powerful we are here. It is the hardest fight in the game by far, but also it is the longest fight. It has the most HP and everything. So yeah, that's let's just pull our team up here. It did bring the counter here, so pretty good. If you think I'm keeping track of which abilities I'm going to use, I have no idea. I'm just pressing buttons. Sometimes summoning Kinglear instead of Othello in a different floor when they cannot deal damage to anything. Well. This a new layout. There will be a new summon here, a new enemy when we step on the next platform, which is the trigger. So doesn't matter. Oberon just got rid of everything. But yeah, talking about Oberon, the Oberon runs were very underpowered in the previous version of this game before the inscriptions upgrade. The inscriptions update, because Oberon would just replace every single spirit. Now we get the spirits plus Oberon, which in the fairy tale thing, it means that everything is a spirit and everything reduces their cooldown and everything does more damage plus the Oberon. So shout out to Southpaw to making this meme run a possibility. Let's just summon everything we can here, and we're currently at 377 HP with some good damage reduction effects, which go up with the reckless posture. So when we do take damage like now, we get this fire on the floor, and we're only taking 34% of damage before the Knight's Determination, which would reduce by 30% even more. So this here, just stay about 3/4 of the room and go to the corner. He cannot hit you, it's too easy. Maybe they will, after the beta, update these adventure fights. Right now they're very similar to normal mode, and where's is in the floor, in the air. But yeah, no loot, which wouldn't be good because we wouldn't use any of it either way. Just grab some skulls now. We can get free updates on upgrades on the altars already. But right now, yeah, let's start with. We can start with health, but I'm going to start with skill cooldown, and we don't need more damage. We kinda do. Let's put one of each, and try to see if we can get more fragments to build this higher. Because it is a bit low, but it's because we are upgrading to common skulls, and we did not high roll these Skul rooms. We didn't find any legendary. We didn't find any legendary in the shop either. Even though we did get two uniques, they weren't enough to. Oh, slimes here. This is like gold room, right? So we did not have the chance to see if we can get the omen spirit. But yeah, I don't like Demonomicon, and you have to think, is anything better than the Demonomicon in this build? It is. So I'm going to remove the Demonomicon, and whatever is duplicated we are going to add. No need to rig. It would be hard to rig, but one thing that you can see here is like the RNG is based on the room, so it is deterministic. So the slime RNG, you can go out and go in, and the same position for the same amount of items is going to be duplicated. So if you change different items, the position might be a bit different, and you will get more chances of cheating in the system. But no need to do that. We're fine with anything really. Remember that the second effect of Fairy Tail, the first effect really, each spirit increases the cooldown for all spirits, still counts. So spirit cooldown is faster now that we have one extra spirit, and I believe Oberon is also a spirit for this purpose. So the fact that we have Oberon, it is faster, and everything else is faster because of Oberon. And so another spirit just makes Oberon faster. Yeah. Let's pop this here. Since the middle here in this area doesn't deal damage, we can pop it here. And the further away he goes, it's written in the Archdemon. The farther away the enemy is from Archdemon, the more damage they take. So they are taking more damage, so that's how I like enabling my Archdemon. Okay, I got 44 shields, just some more insurance I guess. Let's see this. Okay. Would you prefer mutants or a 7th Fairy Tail? This is a Oberon run. So Oberon run. So yeah, yeah. Let's keep doing the Oberon. Okay. And oh, everything is dead and I'm pressing buttons. Okay, another rare. We are rolling this so hard, but yeah, it's fine. Here, for Skul, it can be another Grave Digger or another common. If it is, we will swap with this. So it is. Come on. We don't have mutant anymore, so we can change the description there, as long as we've Master Fighter, good generic item. I will get the 20 fragments though. We cannot fit this here, anything really, unless we remove our defensive items, and I don't want to die. So what can we can get 4 Fortress. We have 3 already, and 4 Fortress is good because we reduce them taking damage even more. And it would be an heirloom. Heirloom means we don't take damage at all. So I'm going to take heirloom instead. You can see the color here. If it's white, it means you have the level 1. If it's like this discolored color, you are on you don't have the first level of the inscription yet. And if it's gold, it means that you have the maximum, so you don't have to grab another one. But yeah, something I forgot to say. It's good to take another Spirit Jar as well, because we do have the blessing, so it is 40% more damage. So right now we're at 470, which goes up if we take damage. Oberon, Archdemon, invoke summon it when we don't have enemies in the middle. Even though we had an enemy in the middle on top, it survived. But actually, if it didn't take damage, it's actually our elite. The elite is invincible until you reach it anywhere. So it wasn't the elite. Did we kill the elite downstairs and I didn't see? Maybe. Item Moon would be okay to try to force the Omen Spirit, but we want to play safe still, so not taking damage or taking reduced damage. And yeah, King Lear is just too good. These rocks just go back and forth and deal a lot of damage. And like AoE is very good in any kind of these fights really. It's dead, I think. I'm trying to evade Oberon and King Lear and everything. This is a good item if you're not taking damage. Even though it has Masterpiece, the extra skill cooldown and Hurlung combo very well together. But again, we don't need this. We just need some tiny, incremental, marginal upgrades from the altars, and our build is done. I don't even know if we could fit something like Pot of Greed or the Ring here in this build. Our build is just too rock solid, which is why actually I do not recommend picking so many spirits in an Oberon run, especially in hard mode, because you will die, and you can die because of that. We only have 95 fragments, so only 6 upgrades on the altar, but it should be fine. We don't need to buy more damage. the little boost that counts here counts as a hit. You could see from the Reckless posture trigger on our floors. Archdemon on this fight is okay, because you can pop it in the middle here and you will attack both pillars. We can wait a bit here, but yeah, let's just not. Maybe the initial animation here will be enough to recover it. Yeah, so we can summon here, and we'll hit both pillars at the same time, even though one of them is right now just it's always shielded, so it doesn't matter. Sorry. Yeah. You would think that my consistency in getting wins is just I'm a good player. Nope, I'm not. I take a lot of damage, I lose a lot of life. I almost lost the first life here in the first act. I already lost a couple of runs trying to force an Oberon run, because it is hard to find these items, right? Even though they are just rare. It's in the name, they're rare. Yeah. And there's a lot of items in this game since the inscription update. And yeah, it's hard to force a build. You need some luck. It's just but the consistency of surviving until you can get some more items is good, but you still need the luck of just finding stuff like yeah, if you're having problems with the earlier difficulty levels where you don't have these extra bonuses like the 2 extra inscriptions or the luck measuring device, you still can like be successful with the same strategies, because you still want the basics, right? You want the defensive items, you want some damage, but not just invest only on damage, which is something that I'm guilty of trying to do always in the beginning. It will work in the early levels because level 0 it is way easier than level 9, but I believe that like if you're better than I am at this game, you already don't need any tips. You're just here for entertainment, which is a weird choice. My voice is not entertaining, but I hope the run is. Oh look, good physical item. None of this fits our run. Raven Lord, DX is. This is a questionable item because the hero doesn't stay still, so it will not get hit by this when you try to pop it. So unless you have something like direct circlet, which would get 90% extra damage for free from the small ravens, you don't want that. So just recycle it for 30 plus 45%. We don't want to swap Kingslayer with anything. I think we don't need it. We could try amplify by 45% every single spirit. It is a viable option, but as we are in Act 5 now, these cost 2,400 to remove. And we only have 4,800, and I want to see if we can get, I don't know, another item or something. Here, I will upgrade until we have 500 HP. Okay, and we have only one extra upgrade, which I will put. We have enough damage. I will just put on the skill cooldown speed. It is also attack speed upgrade, but we are not attacking. Its physical damage is like 30. We can just stay here and watch everything die. So yeah, 500 HP, 3 lives, some good passive damage. This year could be worth buying if we had until you clear 3 maps, because the effect here could go through the hero even though we have full HP. We can still reroll 1 here, even though we cannot buy some items. We can recycle or destroy 1 item and buy another. Infinite Bone would be good. So yeah, we have the choice of plus 10 max HP or plus 10 max HP. So I will get the cheap plus 10 max HP. Yeah, we're getting close to the hero fight. If you are still with me for some reason, thanks for watching. I do enjoy that you guys are messaging my ego by just liking, subscribing, increasing those view numbers. Just feels good. Jokes aside, it's nice to have like something that is interesting that I can share with a small community that is supportive and see like this kind of silly stuff, like one gravedigger swapping into another gravedigger while everything attacks for him. But yeah, this is usually where I show my build. If you've been following it all, you know where it is, but it is a bunch of spirits and 2 defensive items. The dark abilities are my default ones: more HP, damage reduction and extra damage boost, an extra life, and just generic damage to the hero and other bosses. By now we are at 60% damage reduction, which will go down. We'll go up in damage reduction, we'll take less damage. We did invest in a second heirloom, so we can get a new shield and wisdom, so we could amplify the blessing damage. That is it. 522 HP and a dream. So my strategy here with this kind of skill spam build is press buttons, jump, dash, never stay still. It will hit you less if you are moving than if you are standing still. Yeah, and if you get hit, it has to go through or Warrior's Pauldrons or Mirage and our Fortress, and then as we take damage, we get reduced damage next hit, so you cannot combo us. If we get comboed, I will show our damage reduction, and if we get somehow to 30% damage, I will also show the total damage that we are taking, because it should be like 90% damage reduction. So having the items here like are just safety strats. We could try to replace the extra life with something that deals more damage, but you don't need to show up, you just need to win, right? A victory is a victory, no matter how humiliating for the hero it is. If you see my playlist of just boss fights, I do have a 15-minute boss fight, I do have a 6-minute boss fight. Funnily enough, the 6-minute boss fight was at level 9, so I did reach the hero with a more powerful build, but in both cases. Still remember that the swap for the Great Digger deals more damage, so it is nice to just swap and see more damage being dealt on the floor. But again, he will die about now because of the Kingslayer. Yeah, these are the same rooms, so technically these graves are still going to stay as the hero shifts. And one effect that we don't talk much is if you dash into those spirits on the floor, they will explode and deal more damage to the hero, but again, we don't plan on these kind of damage we don't need to target, because this kind of build is just do stuff and run, or do stuff while running. Either way. Yeah, evading this attack is just dashing into it, and you will be confirmed by the slow motion and by not getting hit on the wall. But I only evaded it by luck, really. Everything on screen is distracting and I cannot see what's going on, but what does it matter? The only really annoying attack is the cannon. It's annoying as well, but the most annoying really is the attack where it just sucks you in and heals about 10% health or something. It is hard to evade with this kind of build because we are having slow slopes, and we cannot see anything. So okay, this is also not easy to deal with, because it is fast for Power Skul, but it is doable because the lines and the actual attack, they are delayed, and this year we had the luck of being out far away. Nope. Power Skuls are too slow. If we are not full scaling away, it will heal, and it healed a lot. Yeah, I hate this attack because just dashing doesn't help. Just walking doesn't help. you need to be fast and have double dash, and maybe swap with something that just dashes forward for you. I tried swapping, but it didn't help because the Grave Digger swap, you just stand still. In a normal run where we would have 2 Grave Diggers, I would have like Cabo over here, which is a fast swap, but the bomber itself, you can just press the swap and it will be faster, and you will dash quickly, so you could evade that attack from that distance. But if you're doing single Skul runs or just trying to like evade them, it is hard. Let's stay this way just in case it tries to suck us in. It doesn't, but we don't have double dash, so staying up it is a problem. Let's take some damage here, just to show. Right now we are taking 43% damage, but we Knight's Determination is on, so it is, yeah, 43. 57% damage reduction, so our 106 HP would be technically 206 if you didn't have anything. But anyway, this was a win. I was just rambling on and pressing buttons without paying much attention. We did take some damage, but the Knight's Determination, Fortress, Heirloom, and the fact that we still have 2 extra lives with less resistance and our reassemble here, it's like very safe. Very okay. A bit lucky because we did get Oberon with the luck measurer device. We got Elementalist Blessing, which is all the damage we needed. And yeah, stay safe, Happy New Year, and see you on the next one.